It's no secret that wintertime is not an electric car's best friend. The cold will stunt charging speeds, require more energy to heat the battery, resulting in less range. In today's video, I wanted to test if I could survive using only my level 1 charger at home parked outside during the coldest week of the winter so far. The way that I look at it, there are 6 possible living scenarios EV owners might encounter, 1 being the worst and 6 being the best. In scenario number 1, it's outdoor parking. You can't park indoors, you can't charge level 1 or level 2. This is often, for example, if you live in an apartment complex and there is outdoor parking. You can't really charge anywhere, you can't really park your car inside. Next up is, well, you're able to park inside. The scenario that comes to mind is someone who would be living in a condo who's able to park, for example, underground, but still can't charge. Next up is someone who can park outside exclusively and can only use level 1 charging. After that, there is the bonus of indoor parking while level 1 charging. And in scenario number 5, it's outdoor parking exclusively, but you're able to charge on level 1, but also level 2. And of course, the best charging scenario for at-home charging is if you're able to park inside with a level 2, maybe even a heated garage would be a bonus. But in today's video, I will be exploring the third scenario, which is the worst possible scenario while still being able to charge your car. Not having the warmth of a garage and the slow speeds of a level 1 charger is how many people might have to go about their daily lives while owning an EV. And my goal is to prove that it can be done. At the end of the video, I'll show you a graph that will go over my state of charge during the course of this week. You might be surprised at the results. One thing to note, my round trip commute is about 65 kilometers and roughly 60 kilometers of that journey is done on the highway at high speeds above 100 kilometers an hour, not ideal for efficiency. I started the week off by leaving work Monday night at 75%. Alright, made it back home. I will be using the NEMA 515 as opposed to the usual 520 that I use. I'm sure I'll make a video about the difference between these two in the future, but for now, again, using the worst case scenario, just a 515. Lighting is great. And there we go, just plugged in. You can see on the UMC as well as the charge port, and then if we look inside, it'll show there that we're charging. Now you might notice it's showing 0 out of 12 amps. Don't be afraid, this is just because it takes a little while for the battery to heat up before you actually start getting a charge. So this isn't something wrong with the car or the charger, this is just how it is in the winter. Overnight we had a light snowfall, and of course everyone on the road lost their mind and traffic was brutal. After preconditioning the car for a few minutes, I ended up leaving for work with 81% and arrived at work with 71%. Alright, I've been outside for the past 15 minutes unloading this i3. Insert some videos here.
It's not my first rodeo, man.
I would hope not.
No.
Time to leave. So let's see what the car's at. Again, it hasn't been plugged in all day. It's been freezing today. Okay, doors open fine. Just toss in my bags. Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, I've been preheating the car for the last little bit. We're at 62%. All right, let's go home. All right, I figured out I had a flashlight on my phone, so might as well use that. Plug that in. Wait for it to start charging. Blue light, green light, and then just like last time, it'll be at 0 out of 12 amps for the next little bit until the battery heats up. All right, it's the next day. Let's see what the state of charge is at. 67. A little bit of traffic. Ready to tackle the day. Currently at 58%. I presume that probably by the time I leave, with the battery being cold and me preconditioning the battery a few minutes before I leave. I want to say I'll probably be at 54%. I think I'm going to lose about 4% between about 9:47 now and about 6 o'clock. And just leaving, I am at 53%. Of course, it's not exact because you have the a slight limiter on there, but not too far off from what I thought. Let's see when we get home. Plugging in Wednesday night, I was at 43% state of charge, and just like a few days prior, we got a little bit of snow overnight. Hey, it's me again. Today is Thursday, and Thursdays are my day off, so the car will be stationed here all day, but I will be unplugging it, and I'll leave it up to future voiceover Max to explain why. Thank you, past Max. You're welcome. Another thing I wanted to try and replicate was the typical Monday to Friday schedule. Can I leave now? Yes. Thank you. Anyways, Monday to Friday schedule that most people have, so I thought it would be cheating if my car was charging all day on Thursday and would kind of defeated the point of this challenge I set out to do. So the car started the day off at 65% and did not gain any more until I plugged it in later that day when I hypothetically came home from work. It's 7:15 now. The car hasn't moved all day. Might as well plug it in. It's right around the time I'd be getting home normally. Let's see what the state of charge is at. It's indicating 63%. Can we see that? There we go. Focused for a second. There we go. Woke up this morning and the car was at 82%. I did go to the gym, so of course driving there and back and the preconditioning of it all. So I'm leaving to go to work. My car is currently at 71%. Got to work on Friday with 62%, and after not having charged all day, I left that night with 53%. A reminder that I did not lose 9%, it's just that the battery is so cold that it needs to warm up before unlocking the rest of the pack. Anyways, I got home later that night with 43% displayed. Saturday morning, the car was displaying 57%, and I used up another predictable about 9% to get to work. As mentioned earlier, I'm trying to replicate a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday schedule. So of course Saturday you're likely going to be grocery shopping, I don't know, dropping off the kids off at hockey or whatever. So what I'll do, I won't plug in today. So I drove to work, I'm at 48% now. By the time I get home I'll probably be mid-30s or so percent, if I were to imagine. And yeah, I won't plug in on Sunday either, just to spice things up, but I think I should be fine. Leaving for the day. It is Saturday night, 5 o'clock, and it's still bright out. Brighter days to come. But yeah, we're at 47%. And look at that, 38%. A little higher than I thought. This morning I thought I'd probably get back here in the mid 30s, but I'm in kind of the upper 30s, 38%. I drove around a little bit on Sunday, and my friends and I headed to Toronto that day, so by the time I was leaving work Monday morning, my state of charge went down to 18%, and I made it to work with about 9%. That marked the end of this test, so I plugged in, and it was nice to see some actual charging speeds once again. So there we have it. The conclusion is that it is absolutely possible to rely on a level 1 charger even if you have a commute of over 50 kilometers and you don't have a garage to put your car in. A few caveats that I have to mention, of course, is that I'm sure the results would not have been the same if the temperatures would have been, below -20 or worse. And I was, of course, using a 2018 long-range rear-wheel drive Model 3 as the test car, so not, an electric smart car that might get 100 kilometers of range on a good day. Well, that sums up this video. Do you have an EV in even colder climates than mine and struggle with charging, or is it not a problem either? Was this video completely anecdotal and therefore not valid? Let me know in the comments below. Well, thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more videos to come.